So it's freezing outside and I'm gonna make cowboy candy to warm us up. I am wearing gloves and I'm going to cut up about 3 pounds of peppers, and it can be jalapenos with whatever peppers you want. And you're gonna wanna cut these about 1/4 of an inch thick. After you cut all your jalapenos, you're gonna get your mix for the simple syrup ready. You're gonna put 6 cups of sugar, 2 cups of apple cider vinegar, 1/2 a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 a teaspoon of celery seed, and 2 teaspoons of turmeric. Stir your simple syrup mixture and then crank the heat to high to get it to a boil. And just a tip, as this gets boiling, you do not want it to foam up like this. You want it to be kind of like that clear amber color. So this, what I have going on right now, is way too much boiling. So just keep that in mind for the remainder of this video. So this is boiling, but what I'm now going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat down to medium-low to get it simmering for 5 minutes. If you can make this outside, I would suggest it, because one year I didn't, and I literally tear gassed my entire family. Even the dogs were coughing. So, pro tip. If you have to keep mixing it to keep it that amber color and not too foamy, that's absolutely fine. So you don't want these bubbles, because that means it's cooking too high and maybe a little too fast, and that can cause your syrup to crystallize. So what I'm trying to do now is stir it to make it calm back down, and you really want it like an amber color without bubbles. Here's more of what you want it to look like, this nice amber color, and you can keep stirring it for a while during those 5 minutes so it can just, be this color. It's been 5 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and crank the heat back up to boiling. Now, as it's getting boiling, you want to add your peppers. Now that it's boiling, you want to go ahead and reduce the heat and simmer for 4 minutes. I know there's a lot of back and forth making this stuff. Pro tip, try not to breathe in the fumes, because it hurts sometimes. Okay, so it looks like our 4 minutes is up, and if you go ahead and look at some of these, you can see that the ring is kind of crinkly on the outside. See how it's like bending weirdly? That means they're done. So we're going to go ahead and strain them and put them in the jars, but leave the liquid in the pan. So I am not canning these, and I usually save a lot of room for syrup. Looks like I saved about 1 inch. If you're canning, you want to do 1/2 inch of headspace. Now you'll return your syrup to a boil for about 6 minutes. So after your syrup is done cooking, after those 6 minutes, just pour the liquid carefully, because it's super hot, into your jars. And then I went ahead and wiped my rims with a wet paper towel, so then you can go ahead and put your lids on. And there you go. You're going to want to let them sit before putting them in the fridge, because you don't want to put a hot jar into the fridge. It could shatter. But these are done. There's a lot of syrup in the third, but the great thing about it is you can use it on wraps or on meats. So these are the final product, and these are all lidded. They're still very hot, so don't put them in the fridge until they're cool to the touch. And the best thing is to leave them for a couple weeks in the fridge, but I never leave them for that long. You can also can them. I don't, because we eat them too quickly, but this is Cowboy Candy. I hope you've enjoyed the video.